Old friend, you've carried 6 decades of memories on your back, and yet I see the weight that presses more heavily on you than any box you ever lifted or bill you ever paid. It is the weight of your own thoughts, repeated so many times they've carved grooves in your mind like ruts in an old dirt road. You tell yourself the same stories over and over, that your best days are behind you, that you've failed more than you've won, that it's too late to turn the wheel of your life in another direction. And because you repeat them, they become invisible, so natural you mistake them for truth. But let me tell you now with the authority of ages, they are not truth. They are programming. And programming can be reset. You've been taught that the world changes by struggle, by clawing at circumstances, by forcing the mirror to show a different reflection. That is a fool's labor. You can polish the mirror all day, but if your face scowls, the reflection will scowl back. The only real work is within. As within, so without. The world around you is only a merciless echo of your inner talk. And if that talk is poisoned with doubt, then doubt will be your harvest. If that talk is seeded with power, then power will be your garden. I call you to test this for yourself, not tomorrow, not next year, but today. For the mind is not a stone, it is clay, endlessly reshaped by the hands of repetition. Every time you whisper a thought to yourself, you carve a path in your brain. You have been carving the same tired paths for decades. That is why life feels like the same day replayed under different disguises. But you can carve new ones. And once you know this, ignorance can no longer excuse you. You can become the architect of your mind. Yet I warn you, the moment you pick up the pen to write a new story, resistance awakens. You will meet the serpent, the ancient mind. It is not evil. Its mission is to keep you alive by clutching to what is known, even if the known is misery. It hisses, better the pain you recognize than the freedom you cannot control. You will hear its voice not in myth but in your own head. This won't work. You've tried before. Who do you think you are? And if words are not enough to weaken you, life itself seems to join the serpent's song. The car breaks down, an old friend criticizes you, an unexpected bill arrives. Do not be fooled. These are not cosmic warnings to quit. They are the serpent's last stand, a measure of how close you are to breaking free. The darker the night, the nearer the dawn. So on the first day of your trial, I do not ask you to fight. I ask you to observe. Become a scientist of your own consciousness. Imagine yourself standing at the bank of a river while your thoughts rush by like water. You are not to jump in, not to wrestle, not to dam the flow. You are only to watch. You will see patterns you never noticed. Worries about the future repeating like a scratched record. Regrets about the past surfacing like old ghosts. Judgments against yourself spoken in the voice of parents, teachers, bosses long gone yet still alive in your skull. Simply note them. Catalogue them as if writing on my scrolls. Whisper to yourself, I am observing my thoughts with curiosity and compassion. I am the silent awareness behind the noise. This act alone is rebellion. Because thoughts survive only in darkness, in your unconsciousness. The moment you shine attention on them, they begin to dissolve. Try it and you will notice, the grip loosens. The insults lose venom. You realize with shock, perhaps for the first time in 60 years, that you are not the voice in your head. You are the one who hears it. That single recognition is the crack in the prison wall. Through it, light begins to seep. Of course, the serpent will not surrender easily. At first, it will try silence, ignoring your affirmations, pulling you back into the tide of habit so subtly you don't realize you've drifted. You'll catch yourself hours later muttering the same old complaint. Don't call that failure. Call it the first defense. Smile at it. Then, when it sees you persist, it will grow louder, more vicious. The flood of thoughts will come, insults hurled from your own mind. This is a waste of time. You'll never change. It may even throw a crisis in your path to scare you back into obedience. Recognize this stage for what it is, proof that the old program is losing ground. The resistance is the signal of transformation, not the end of it. Remember this line and carry it in your pocket. Resistance is not weakness, it is proof of nearness to freedom. Let it steady your hand when the serpent thrashes. On this first day, take no other task. Your only work is observation. Every hour, Whisper to yourself, I am observing. When a thought rises, label it like a gardener identifying weeds. Ah, fear of failure. Ah, regret of youth. Ah, anger at myself. Then let it drift. Do not argue, do not suppress, do not decorate it with explanations. Simply witness. And as you witness, something subtle begins, a widening. A gap between you and your thoughts. At first, it is a thin crack, but soon it becomes a doorway. Through it you glimpse a startling truth. You are free to choose another thought. That truth alone is a revolution. By evening, you may feel lighter, as if some invisible weight has been lifted from your shoulders. Not because the world outside changed, but because you stopped believing every word your mind threw at you. You may even laugh at the absurdity of some of your inner chatter. That laugh is holy, for it means you are no longer enslaved. But beware, the serpent has one more weapon. Self-judgment. It will whisper, you didn't do it right. You let thoughts carry you away too many times. You failed. Do not fall for this. Self-judgment is just another thought, another weed. Label it too, and let it pass. If you must speak, answer with compassion, I am learning. I am observing. That gentleness is the blade that severs the serpent's grip. As night falls, review the day as if studying a map. What thoughts repeated most? What stories shouted the loudest? Write them down if you can, for tomorrow you will transmute them. These are not enemies to slay but raw material to refine, lead that will be turned to gold. Then rest. The serpent will whisper even in your dreams, but now you know its voice. And knowing is already victory. When you wake tomorrow, you will not be the same man who rose this morning. You will be a scientist of yourself, an initiate in the temple of your own mind. You will have tasted the first sweetness of sovereignty. And that is enough for today. Old friend, you have spent a lifetime building houses, raising children, paying debts, burying loved ones, and waking up to the same inner voice that told you were too small for the life you secretly wanted. Yesterday, I asked you only to watch, to notice, to become a scientist of your own consciousness. That was the day of observation, the day you held a lantern to the darkness and saw that most of the shadows were only your own thoughts. But today is different. Today, the trial begins in earnest, and the serpent will thrash harder than ever. Today is the day of transmutation. You are not here to fight your thoughts as enemies nor to banish them into silence, because what you resist will persist and grow stronger. No, today you will learn the art that sages once called mental alchemy, the ability to take the poison handed to you by the ancient mind and refine it into elixir. You will learn to use the serpent's own strength to climb to heights it never wanted you to reach. Let me be clear, this will not feel gentle. This will not be a soft meditation where you sit in comfort and pretend. This will feel like labor, like heat, like the fire that melts metal until it can be reshaped. That is why I call it transmutation. Lead into gold. Limitation into power. You will be tempted to see this as fantasy, as if I am offering you a trick of words. But you know better, because you have already seen how thoughts shape the posture of your body, how one worry can bend your back, how one spark of confidence can straighten your spine. That was not metaphor, it was reality. Today you will consciously shape that reality. We begin in the golden window, the first minutes after waking. Before your phone, before your worries, before the serpent remembers its job, you will seize this sacred opening. Your brain, still hovering in the slower rhythm of dream, is clay, and whatever words you place into it will sink deep. Do not waste it. Before you open your eyes, breathe deeply, and begin to speak, not to the world, not to God as if he were somewhere else, but to the divine center within you that has been waiting patiently all your life. You do not say, I want to be confident. You declare, I am the expression of divine confidence. Every cell in me vibrates with certainty. You do not beg for wisdom. You affirm, I have direct access to infinite intelligence. Solutions, resources, and allies are drawn to me with precision. You do not hope for purpose. You state, every step I take today is aligned with my sacred destiny. The universe conspires in my favor. Say it slowly, with the weight of truth, 3 times each, until your very breath hums with it. These are not lies you're trying to convince yourself of. They are deeper truths than the temporary circumstances of bills, pains, or memories. You are not adding something foreign to yourself. You are peeling back the layers of dust and remembering what was always yours. As the day begins, resistance will arrive. Yesterday you only watched it. Today you will answer it. Suppose the thought arises, "I am too old for change." You do not argue. You take that thought like raw ore and refine it. My years are my crown. My age is the furnace in which wisdom has been forged. Nothing is too late for the timeless spirit that animates me. Feel the shift inside you when you say it. It is not denial, it is redefinition. That is alchemy. The serpent may hiss, "This is too hard." Smile and transmute. Difficulty is my training ground. Every challenge awakens capacities I never knew I had. The moment you say this, you have already won, because you have turned the serpent's strike into the very momentum that carries you upward. As you practice, notice how the body responds. Shoulders back. Breath deeper. Voice firmer. You are not merely playing with words, you are altering frequency, tuning your inner instrument. And by the law of resonance, the world must echo the song you play. But do not expect the serpent to retreat quietly. Today it will stage its fiercest rebellion. It will throw fatigue at you, as if the weight of your body suddenly doubles. It will whisper, "What is the point?" It may stir old memories so vivid they pull you into sadness. It may even create pain in the body, unexplained aches that make you think something is wrong. Hear me, these are not signs of failure. These are the death throes of the old identity. When the ice cracks before spring, it sounds violent, but it signals rebirth. Endure, and know you are closer to freedom than ever. When resistance peaks, pause and breathe. Place your hand on your chest and repeat the triple formula with intensity, as if hammering new grooves into your brain. Feel the vibration of your words. Imagine them like ripples spreading into the fabric of reality. You are reprogramming not only your mind but your life. Throughout the day, seize the micro-windows, moments before a conversation, before sleep, before a difficult call. Each is an opening to reinforce your new operating system. Whisper the words, or if you cannot speak, think them with such conviction that your whole body believes. The subconscious does not care how eloquent you sound, it cares how deeply you feel. And when doubts arise, and they will, remember the technique of transmutation. Do not silence them. Use them. Let each negative thought become a trigger, a reminder to declare the opposite truth with force. The serpent says, "You will fail." You answer, "I am success in motion." Every setback is a stepping stone. The serpent says, "You are alone." You respond, "I am connected to infinite intelligence. Allies appear when I walk in truth." Each time you do this, you carve a new path in your brain, a road that leads not to defeat but to freedom. By evening, you may feel as though you have fought a war. And in truth, you have. But notice the subtle signs of victory, a peace that wells up from nowhere, a posture more upright than usual, a steadiness in your voice. These are not accidents. They are proof that the new program is taking root. You have begun to install a new operating system. Tomorrow, the changes will deepen, but tonight, acknowledge the battle you fought. Sit quietly, review the day, and write down the thoughts you transmuted and the truths you declared. This record will become your book of power, a scroll of your awakening. And if you doubt whether it mattered, look in the mirror. See how your eyes shine with a clarity you did not have yesterday. That is not imagination. That is transformation. Now I will tell you a secret few initiates ever hear. The serpent you battle today is not your enemy but your ally. Without its resistance, you would never grow. Without its attacks, you would never discover your strength. To fight it is to misunderstand it. To dance with it is to master it. When it strikes, you turn. When it constricts, you expand. When it hisses, you sing louder. This is the dance of transmutation. And if you learn it well, nothing, not age, not failure, not circumstance, can hold you. Remember, this is only the beginning. 48 hours is the spark, but repetition is the flame. Keep seizing the golden windows. Keep applying the triple formula. Keep transmuting every whisper of doubt. Soon, the old pathways will wither from neglect, and the new ones will become highways of confidence and power. You will not need to try. It will be who you are. And when that day comes, you will laugh at the thought that you ever believed you were powerless. Old friend, this is the work of a warrior, not of a dreamer. And you are ready. For the first time in years, you are not surviving, you are remaking. Stand tall. The serpent hisses, but you know its secret now. Its venom is fuel. Its strikes are steps. Its prison was never locked. The door was always open, waiting for you to walk out. And today, you have.